Hello and welcome to day 132 in this quest for a 2000 rapid chess rating on chess.com. Alright, let's find an opponent for today. Looks like it'll be, I might have to bump up this rating. It's at like 1557 up to any rating. So we have a 1624 player. Now let's see how they begin. So e4. I've been using the Caro-Kann, so we'll continue with that. See what they or how they decide to play. All right, interesting. They move both of these pieces. So if we go here and they capture, we capture. They could capture. Problem is, do we go here? Or do we immediately push this forward? All right, I'm just going to go ahead and move forward here. Leave them with an isolated pawn. If they decide to capture. All right, so we leave them with an isolated pawn. They attack our queen, though. So now the question is, do we go all the way back and retreat? Or do we move here? Or do we just go here and check? If we do that, does that really do anything? We need to cover this. So I don't know, maybe I should stay in line with this pawn, the isolated pawn. But the question is, do I go here, then try and develop and bring my bishop out here and try and pin? If he tries to move forward, I can cover that, but he might try and develop this other bishop. All right. We'll just drop back. I'm just burning up way too much time here, so we'll play it safe. Now, do I go here? Or do I just develop the knight first? I'll just develop the knight, try and get ready to castle. Okay, so just develop the other knight. Okay, so lining up here on us. Now, do we go here? Do we go here That is the question. All right. Well, we need to develop pieces, and get castled. So probably want to develop this outside the pawn chain. That's usually a good practice. All right, let's just play that. Okay. Now, probably need to go here and get ready to castle. So we'll do that. Get ready to castle. Probably should have tried to pin this knight to the queen as well. All right. Well, we should castle. So we'll go ahead and do that. Then we can try and bring our rook out. Probably need to pin this knight. Okay. Well, do we knock out this knight? We have 1-2 attackers. Do we develop here or do we pin? Maybe we capture, then then we'll have an unprotected piece. So maybe we go there. Should we go after this knight first? Okay, now here's the issue. If we capture this knight, he's going to have an unprotected bishop. Do we just go here? That is the question. All right. Well, If we capture, he's going to capture. He'll have an unprotected bishop. Do we have to go after this first? No, because then he could just capture and force us to go there. Maybe we go here and just add more pressure. So we'll just go there, add more pressure to our opponent. Okay, there, that just helped develop our piece there. All right, so now he wants to go after that. Well, what do we do next? Do we just, attack this way, perhaps? So I think that is what we should do. Just to go there. So now we're just adding more pressure to that knight. So we could capture, if his queen captures, we go ahead and capture there. Or would he capture this way, but then we could just, all right. Well, now we just capture. Our bishops are centralized. All right, so we have 6 pawns to 6, but they have this isolated pawn, which could be a weakness. Although, they could just push forward here at some point, unless we're able to capture. All right. Well, do we give up the bishop pair? Go ahead and capture here. If they capture with the queen, we could capture, they end up with doubled up pawns. We could move here and be pretty strong that way. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. We'll just break up his pawns. All right. So now we could go here and line up, try and line up a mate. So I think we should do that. Threaten a mate in 1 here. His best move would probably be to go here. Okay, yeah, and he does find that. So now we have this threat looming. All right, can we bring another rook over somehow? He could have an attack here. No, he can't do that because then we're threatening there. So, do we go here? Do we go there? He'll be able to attack us. We'll just go there. Now he could attack here with his rook, just bring his rook down. And he does. So of course he does that. Now, do we go here? We'll go there and threaten to push forward and threaten a mate here. All right. Well, we have to watch out for counterplay along here. Huh. Do we just take that? If we go here, and we're threatening to capture, we might as well just capture. So we'll go ahead and capture. Okay, so that did close things up. But now what? Now we activate our other rook. But in what way? And we have to watch time. Once again, my time is running low here. Okay. Do we just push here? Perhaps. Well, I don't know. I don't want to open things up even more. We could just attack, but then he could go there. So all right, we need to figure something out here. He does have this pawn. He can start trying to march. Do we attack? No, he can just go there. Well, if we go here, he captures, we capture, then he targets this backwards pawn. Okay, now I'm just burning up way too much time. We go there. Why is this always a problem? Okay, if I go here, maybe we need to add protection there. We'll go ahead and do that. Help fortify things. Then we may be able to start chasing his rook back. All right. Do we chase the rook back? All right, we will go there. And then maybe, well, well, at least now we could push forward with this pawn if we need to. Oh my gosh, did I just leave a fork? Yes, I left a fork open. He can just go here and attack my rook. Yep, he can attack both of them. All right. Ah, man, come on. Well, do I go here? If I go there, nope, that doesn't work because of this pin. So I got to go there. Oh my gosh, this is awful. Yeah, I should just resign this game. Now he can just take that. No, I can capture back, but then he'll just capture this. All right, well, I guess we're going there. Okay. Well, what now? What now? This game just turned into a disaster. Okay. And I'm low on time like usual. All right, let's just do that. Just awful. Man, guess I gotta take another look at what the best way is to play that variation against the Caro-Kann. But I don't know, I was doing okay until I let him fork those two pieces, which I guess that happens when I'm starting to run out of time. All right, come on. What I mean, the obvious move would be just to capture this right here. Okay, so he decides not to do that. All right. Do I just go here? Right. Hmm. All right. Guess I'm just going there. Try and cause some kind of problems. Try to cause some kind of problems. I mean, the obvious move now would be just to move here. Hmm. All right. Man, I'm trying to capture this right here, this F pawn. I mean, all he's got to do is defend it somehow with the queen. You know, if he defends here, then what do I do? Do I threaten to march up here? Okay, so he decides to go that way. Um, all right, now what? Now what? All right, now you don't want to run out of time, so I just better get moving. Get moving. All right, well, do I go after this rook? Might as well. Might as well go after that. Really? 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 Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm just falling apart. Falling apart. All right. Well, let's go there. All right. Ah, okay. Um, this is ridiculous, ridiculous. We'll just go there. Yeah, I guess I should have resigned already. Yeah, this is awful. I should have resigned. This is just terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, what now? What do I even do here? Just resign? I'm going to resign. This is just disgusting. All right. What can we learn from that awful, awful game that I played at a 68.3% level? Yeah, that is at a 1500 rating, which, 1500 I guess is okay, but it's not going to take us up to 2000. They played at 1800. So, yeah, that was just terrible. Looks like I was actually ahead until this blunder. And then I started trying to come back, and then, I was just overwhelmed at the end. Okay, we had a blunder here. So, quick game review. Let's see here. So this is all opening book, which I don't know. I guess I played the opening all right. It was just that fork that I allowed when my time started getting low. All right. So at this point, I'm ahead. That was a mistake. So I'm still ahead. Yeah, it was this blunder move right here, allowing this fork. Just awful chess there. Awful. Yeah, and of course they find it. All right. Yeah, and then here I should have activated this rook. Just brought this rook in, tried to do something with it. Yeah, and the game was just over here. Yeah, made in 5 anyway. All right, let's look. We'll do a quick analysis. I know it's tough to look at when you play a terrible game. Sometimes it's tough to go back and look at the analysis because you just feel so frustrated. But, that is how you would really make improvements in your game. All right, so I need to figure out, what's the best way to play here. Apparently d5 is best. So capture, capture. What did they say? Is that best? Yes, just capture. Then they should capture. And then here, oh, yeah, I think I played this opening a long time ago. And see, I haven't played it in so long, I forgot that it would have been better to develop with the knight here. So that's a mistake that I need to remember. So here, I should have played that to pile up on this piece. And then what? They protect, but then I just go ahead and capture and we trade off. Ugh. Well, that would have kept me in the lead, so I misplayed that. Because it would be something like what? Knight to c3, then we just capture. They don't even have to capture here, which they probably don't want to, because if I capture, it just fixes their pawns in the center, or gets rid of this isolated pawn when they recapture. So here, now the recommendation is just knight to f3, retreating back. Or d4, or even what? Bishop. Well, excuse me, it's their turn. See, I'm still frustrated from this game. So, knight to f3 is what they should play, and then we just develop our other knight. All right. Well, in the game, we had that, and this is not a good way to continue because now they can chase me, and it looks like queen to d6 or a5. I thought about going to a5, so apparently that is where I should have moved. But I retreat back. Now that is an inaccuracy. They should have just developed their pieces. But that ended up being a strong bishop aiming down at my king side the whole time. So I guess it paid off for them. So we just keep developing. So everything's okay here so far. Now it looks like bishop to g4 would have been better. Pinning that knight immediately. Well, no, now either that or to capture here. All right, so this was an inaccuracy. They should have captured my bishop. Oh, they didn't like that. Better would have been to capture with the pawn. Interesting. Capture with the pawn instead. And then that is a mistake. d4 would have been better to immediately try and get rid of the isolated pawn. So if they played that, then it looks like we should go after the knight. Interesting. And then we would have two bishops lined up, although they could push forward and go after my bishop here. So apparently e4 is best. Knight up to e5. Then centralize the bishop to d5 here. Keep it from being able to push forward. And then knight to g4 attacks my queen. And then we should go where? Here. Just put a little bit of pressure on this knight, and then they can retreat back and blockade this pawn. All right, so in the game, king to h1, and I missed an opportunity. I should not have given up my bishop pair. Apparently, rook at a to d8 would have been better. So, yeah, it looks like I should have just continued development. A common mistake is to neglect activating your pieces. All right, so, and I remember seeing an interesting saying, to take is a mistake. So I guess it was a mistake to capture, give up my bishop pair. I thought I was creating a weakness here, but it would have been better to just keep developing my pieces. All right, so I capture, they capture. They should have captured with the queen, but then that would have, it would have made it easier for me. It would have gotten rid of more pieces, and then he would have all these isolated pawns that I could try and target. Okay. That was a miss. Queen to h4 would have been better. Queen to h4 immediately would have been better. So let's look at that. Queen to h4. Oh, because then if they move this, I could go after this. and they should do this anyway. So then I'm able to capture this. Then they attack. I go queen to h4. And now what? Rook to g4 attacks. Queen back up to f2. And then they just start attacking me again with the rook. All right, so anyway, they line up here, which is a great move. So now the best thing to do is I should have just developed my other rook. Now the computer's saying that that is better to fortify here. Okay, so an attack. I retreat back, but queen to f5 would have been better. All right. So apparently f5 would have been better to go ahead and attack the rook. Man. Yeah, I just misplayed this endgame. So queen to f3, or the middle game into the endgame. Queen to f3, or they should have brought their queen up. Then this blunder, absolute blunder. So queen to h3 would have been better. Queen up to h3. Then what? Bishop to d4 or c3. c3 protects this pawn here. Now they're saying queen to d3. So rook to d8. Queen to d3. Oh, here. Really? Okay, yeah, I guess it targets this. So then g6. Rook to e1. Bishop to c7. We target the queen. Anyway, you get the idea. It would have been better than this horrendous move, which just allowed an easy fork here. Oh my gosh. But, you know, once I get down to a few minutes, so I'm going to have to focus on conserving my time better. That's really causing me problems. All right, so rook at f to f8 is best. Man, but then you just give up the bishop. Terrible, terrible. Okay, so we played this. Now they could have just captured here. And then what? Then I just give up a bishop. See, so they should have just immediately captured there. But instead they play that, allowing me to capture. But, you know, after this, I'm in even more trouble, although they like rook to e1, threatening a mate here by capturing. And then, you know, I'm forced to capture, and then the queen captures. So, h4 would have been better, which is kind of what I thought they were going to do. All right, so that's best. We're threatening this attack here. They just protect. And that was a mistake. Better would have been rook to e8. So, you know, go here, threaten to bring this up, and just go for a mate here. But then, you know, I would be attacked, and my king would be running all around. All right, so in the game, rook to g8. Yeah, and then after this, the game was pretty much over. So here, I cannot capture, or it's a mate by the queen and the rook. So, yeah, just terrible. Okay, yeah, that was pretty bad. So I'm going to end the video there. So remember to please like and subscribe. Hopefully my next few games will be better. I'm starting to go into a slump here because I'm letting myself get into time trouble. All right. Thank you for watching. Feel free to leave any comments. Have a super chess day.